All right. Hey, welcome everybody. Cannot believe we are down to 2 weeks before convention. And so this has been a 6 week little sprint that I feel like we're extra focused, even though it's Maycember. So these little calls, the purpose is to help everyone stay focused and recalibrate every single week and kind of take a peek at how things are going or refocus, share our red dots and how we're feeling things are going. Last week there was some discouragement, but Angie, I thought had the encouragement of the day with that scripture that just says, don't be weary in well doing, for in due season you will reap if we faint not. So I am pulling in Jennifer Thomas. Sorry, my kids are being a little loud. We have cousins here, so
Oh, fun.
energy. We are, I lost my train of thought. Anyways, I was gonna pull in Jennifer just to encourage us, to give us a little pep talk. These last 2 weeks as we're kind of like sprinting toward the finish line to, not that it's a finish line, but giving us that little benchmark for between now and convention, and also end of month, right? We have just a few days left in the month. So it's go time. So regardless of what the whole month has looked like, I feel like now is the time to tap in. And I know there were some that wanted to be on, but I'm recording this so that they can all get the goodness. All right, well, I'm going to turn it over to Jennifer. Thank you for popping on with us, by the way. It's
Thank
always
you for having
encouraging
me.
to hear from you. So I'm going to just let you take it away.
Awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So first of all, thank you, ladies, for making the time, taking the time to show up for this live meeting. And or if you're watching the recording, thanks for taking the time. That says a lot about you as a person, as a business owner, and that you're still here in it and want to achieve something more out of your current life. And so Megan mentioned that you guys might be going through some tough times, have some discouragement. First of all, I just want to acknowledge that and validate that life's hard sometimes, right? Life is just hard. But the cool thing about it is, and it can also have moments of happiness. And we can also create a better life. And so I'm a very big proponent of acknowledging and recognizing the situation that I'm in and looking at it and sitting with my feelings and no shame. No, I shouldn't feel this way. I shouldn't. No, we feel this way because we feel this way. But why do we feel this way? Emotions last for 90 seconds, right? That's it. So feel the emotion, allow yourself to just sit with it, and then just start questioning, why am I here and why am I feeling this way? What is causing these things to happen? Because when you can get to the root reason of why this is happening, then you can be able to work on letting it go and or seeing what can you control and what you cannot control. Because guess what? Life sometimes is just going to be hard. And we have an opportunity to also find the glimmers of life, the small moments of happiness. And the more we focus on those glimmers, the more we're going to see those things. And a glimmer, for those of you who don't know, they're just the little things that spark joy inside of us. Maybe it's noticing the birds in the trees singing. Maybe it's sitting with your favorite coffee cup. Maybe it's sitting with your favorite Plexus drink on the back porch and noticing those things. Maybe it's just watching your children or your grandchildren, whatever that looks like for you. I'm going to challenge you to start looking for those glimmers on a daily basis, because as you're looking for those glimmers, whatever you focus on grows, right? So if you're looking for those glimmers, you're going to see them more and more. So allow yourself to acknowledge that you're having a rough time and that you're discouraged, and sit with it. And then ask yourself, why? What's happening that's caused this? And then what can I do about it? So, with that in mind, I would love for you guys to write down what it is that you're in pursuit of right now. What are you passionate about? And how can Plexus help you do more of it? How can this business help you do more of the things that you're looking to do, that you're passionate about, the things that bring you joy, and the things that you're in pursuit of in life? Because that's really the opportunity that's at hand here for you, is the ability for you to use Plexus to create more of that for you. That's pretty cool, right? So how can Plexus do that? So it's going to start with, what excites you about even running this business? Is it the business itself? Is it the products? Is it the people that you get to talk to? Is it the opportunity that you can provide to other people about their health and wellness, and or about earning extra income or starting to build a business? Like, what is the thing that excites you every single day to get out of bed? And if you're sitting here going, everything is overwhelming, nothing's exciting, guess what? There's hope because overwhelm happens when you're not doing enough things that bring you joy. When you are not allowing yourselves, and I'm going to use the word allow because sometimes we don't allow ourselves to be happy. We don't allow ourselves to be joyful because we have so many things we need to do. We have to, that we don't allow ourselves to enjoy the moment. And what I know is a woman who is focused on the journey is going to walk farther and longer than the woman who is focused on the destination. So let me ask you this. Is it important to know the destinations that you're going? Absolutely. However, we don't have just a destination. We're in a journey that has multiple stopping points. Your business has multiple stopping points. So, what is it about your business? Is it the outcome that's going to get you excited to show up? Maybe it's knowing what you need the money for and by when and what you're going to use it that excites you to get up and share what it is you have to offer. Maybe it's the opportunity to find new people to talk to. Maybe it's watching Susan that just came in last month because she was struggling with a lot of health issues and seeing her work through that as she's taking Plexus. But I need you to figure out what it is that excites you because that is what is going to propel you to keep going, right? And so, number one, do you know why you are here? Why are you here? Right? What is the reason you are here? Write that down right now, or write the question down and you can write the answer later, right? Because showing up authentically as a friend, as a mentor, as a business owner, as an entrepreneur is really the key to building trust with anyone. And do your words and actions align with how you think and feel, or are they not aligned? Are you saying one thing and doing something else? Are you telling your team to do something, but then you're doing something the opposite? Because leadership isn't about telling people what to do. Leadership is about getting in the trenches with your people and rowing in the same direction and doing the same things. That's what leadership is about. Leadership is about seeing the people that you have brought in, seeing all their great qualities, and helping them see their own great qualities, giving them assignments, tasks that they can do to step into the greatness that you see within themselves that they may not currently see, right? Because everything you need to succeed as a business owner, guess what? You already have it within you. We just have to find it, right? So, are you doing the daily income producing activities every single day, looking forward to finding a way to be filled with joy, have fun with it, and enjoy the journey for the time that you have to work with it? Or are we checking boxes because we know we have to do it and we think that's going to make us grow? Because checking boxes, guys, I'm sorry. If you're just showing up and checking boxes, you're not being intentional. You're just checking boxes. And in this business, it is 100% about relationships. And we all know what it's like to be in a relationships where people are just checking us off because they had to reach out to us, checking us off because they need to to check in, versus somebody who's really like, man, how are you doing? How are you? I really want to know. Here's the deal. I know you guys go out and about in life and you've had people say, hey, how's your day going? And you really needed to share that. And the person on the other end didn't really want to hear. They were just checking the box and just talking. How are you doing? And you started to share how you were doing. And they were like, well, I don't really want to know all that. And you're just like, oh, well, then why'd you ask? Right? So as you're out and about, you have the opportunity to really care about people, even strangers, and make their day, which in turn, the byproduct of you making somebody else's day is your day is also made. Your day is also made. You guys get to be professional friendship makers. And so, how can you find the joy and passion with connecting with other people and building relationships so that you can help people achieve their goals? You can help people off the cliff they're standing on and about to jump off, or the hamster wheel that they're on over and over and over again, right? And so, what is it that you stand for? And what is it that you are looking for in, let's say, a business partner? If you're looking for a business partner, if you're looking for somebody to run with you, what is it that you are even looking for? Do you know what that is, right? Do you know who you are helping to solve for increased income or for the opportunity with Plexus? Do you know who you're trying to help? Do you know who that person is, right? How you show up to help yourself and others reach their goals is going to be how you're going to reach your goals. How you show up to help others. So if you're just checking boxes, you're not really helping anyone. You're just checking boxes. Should you have a box to check? Absolutely. I'm very much a need to be organized, need to have time blocking by the minute where you know what you're doing for 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 15 so you can be intentional and get more work done in less time. Yes, you need to check the box, but you need to be intentional. What is it that you're trying to solve and who are you trying to help every single day? And how does that bring you joy and passion? The byproduct of knowing your numbers, the byproduct is that you can show up for people and serve them, and then you hit the numbers that you need. That's how it works. It's not looking at, I need this many orders. It's, I need to help this many people this month. And by helping this many people this month, I in turn get all of my points that I need for the money that I need or for the goals that I need. But that only happens if you are authentic to yourself and sharing with joy and passion. That is what is going to attract you to people. That is how you're going to find people, because that energy that you give off is contagious, right? And so finding people to bring in, are we then setting expectations for them? Do they know what they're saying yes to? Are we providing a clear path so that we can get them results? Are you committing yourself and sharing what you're going to do to help them as far as customer care and following up once a week for the first 6, 7 weeks, checking in to see if they want a 10-minute phone call, a text, a 10-minute Zoom call? What is it that they need? But most importantly, besides your own commitments and setting those expectations, is what are you committing them to? Are they signing up and committing to do X, Y, and Z in order to get results? Or are we just taking the yes and then running with it? And the yes doesn't commit them to anything. And so 30 days in, they're like, I've been taking the supplements and nothing's happening. So I'm done, or 90 days or 60 days, whatever that looks like. So what if we are bringing people in, setting expectations for what they can expect, committing what we're going to do, getting commitments from them with the deadline, right? Because commitments and deadlines require actions to get there, and making sure that we are having a joyful and as fun of experience as we can in this process. And then when you're bringing people in, making sure that you're utilizing that +1 that we have, that's so simple. And the reason that we have implemented that is because making a lifestyle change, it's flipping hard. It is hard to do it by yourself. And even if you guys are offering to be a support system to someone, it's not the same as having your friend do it with you. It's not the same as having your mom do it with you, right? They are 73% more likely to get results if they start with a friend and be here a year from now than if they start alone. And if they know one friend, they probably know 2 or 3 friends, and boom, they're at silver, just like that. However, are we, when we are talking about the +1, really casting the vision? If you have a business builder or somebody who might be interested, casting the vision of what that looks like with duplication, right? Duplication is just a matter of, I do, we're going to do it together, and then you're going to do it by yourself. Are we making sure that we are teaching them that and showing them the way and then doing it with them and then watching them do it by themselves and then seeing how that can grow? Because we've got to acquire new people month after month. And we also have to have our business builders that we brought in doing the same, but then teaching them to do the same. That is where sustainable growth happens for income, for results to happen with people, for people to stick around. And those two things increase your retention, right? Retention is everything. It's how you onboard, it's how the customer care is, it's how you duplicate. That determines your retention piece. And retention, you guys, is so much more than your paycheck because it's solving a problem for someone. That's what is so incredible about this business, is that the retention piece means that You are helping people solve problems in their life, whether it's a financial burden, whether it's a wellness issue, whether it's a long-term weight management issue that they've never been able to get under control. You're able to help people do that. That's pretty cool. And then that leadership piece is just looking at, hey, I know that I have to run my business. I have to do my business and I have to actually work on my business. Do you guys know the difference between working your business and then working on your business is? Sometimes we feel like we're working all the time and we're scrambling, going all the time, and we never stop to like make sure we have a good system in place. We never stop to make sure people know exactly what to do when they come in so that that duplication happens and so that retention piece stays in. So beyond the plus one, do you have something simple? Simple, simple, simple. This business is simple. It is not complicated. And the more simple you can keep it, the easier it is for people to come in and put in the work and effort and get results because it's simple. So, are we setting up those expectations and do we have simple systems that people can do? If you are like, man, I can do this, this is what I'm doing, and I'm going to do this for my team, and you ask yourself if people below you can do the same thing, if the answer is no, it's not duplicatable. And if it's not duplicatable, is that something you should do? That's a question for you to answer. I would say if it's not duplicatable, probably not, because here's what happens. People do what you do. They don't do what you say. Just like being a mom. You tell your kids to do one thing, and if you do the opposite, they're going to do exactly what you're doing, unfortunately. So it's the same thing as a leader. People listen and they watch, and they are going to feel what you're feeling. They're going to do exactly what you're doing. And so you have the opportunity to create something so massive that people want in. They want to be with you. They want to do things with you because you are showing them how to live life more fully. You are giving them the opportunity to create a better life by simply showing up for yourself every single day and showing other people how to do the same. And so those things right there, you guys, or you ladies, really are the key to success. And I know everybody's always looking for, well, what's the magic sauce? And I'm like, you're the magic sauce. You are the magic sauce because you are your biggest superpower. You have something to offer what somebody else in this room doesn't have to offer because you have different life experiences. You have different things that you have had to endure. You have different talents. You have different ideas. Maybe you have similar things that Plexus has helped you with. But the cool thing about Plexus is whatever you need, Plexus comes in and helps your body solve the problem. If you need to lose weight, the Triplex can help you do that. If you need to gain weight, the Triplex can help you do that. Why? Because it comes in and fills in the gaps and helps your body run how it was intended to be, but before it got off track. So are we sharing that with people to let them know that really it comes in to help your body run more efficiently? So, how can you show up for yourself in a way leading with more joy and passion to help others reach their goals so that you in turn can reach your goal? What is it that excites you? What is it that makes you want to get up and continue to do this business? Going back to the beginning, why are you here and what do you need Plexus for? And how much money do you need and by when? Do you know? Right? Megan mentioned that we are in a sprint, but we're not really in a sprint to a finish line because remember, we're on a journey with a lot of different stopping points along the way. So, yes, we have stopping points and we have end of month, but we need to be intentional every single day. So, do you have a game plan? Do you know the hours you're going to work this week, specifically the next 5 days of the month? And what exactly are you going to do during that time? Do you know what that is? Do you know what you're doing? If not, I'm going to challenge you to take 30 minutes tonight and really come up with a game plan of what that looks like. How many new people are you going to follow? Because you need to fill your pipeline every single day, meaning you need to find a friend that really brings you value on social media. I wouldn't spend more than 2 or 3 minutes looking for one person. Make a genuine comment, ask a question, keep track of where you got them, Go to the next person. Are you bringing in 5 to 10 new people every single day so you can develop friends over time that eventually you'll be able to, they'll see what you're doing and you'll learn and grow from each other. And voila, naturally, you're going to be able to have a segue into sharing Plexus if it is something that you see that they need and that they might value. Because remember, in order to not be salesy, all it means is you don't offer somebody something they don't need. That's it. That is how you are not salesy. Don't offer someone something they don't need, right? So making sure that you are spending time finding new people. How many people are you sharing the opportunity with, right? Are you sharing the opportunity? Are you talking in your stories for your current followers, sharing your journey and how your life has benefited from this side hustle that you have or from this business that you partnered with? Are you sharing in your feed every single day about the business opportunity? If you're looking for other business owners and leaders and runners, in order to get into the algorithm, you need to be sharing every single day something with your journey of how Plexus has helped your life without shouting Plexus from the rooftops, right? Creating that curiosity, making people go, I want what you have. Wait, you were here? I'm here. How did you get here? Please tell me more. That needs to be coming in your feed. Don't worry about what other people are going to think, what's posted in your feed. They don't pay your bills. They're not running your business. You've got to create the content that's going to get you out to other people so you can find your people to help with. So, after you get through the next 5 days, I'm going to challenge you to do a social media audit where you're looking at how many posts you do in a week's time on your wall. How many of those are business posts? How many of those are product posts? How many of those are life posts, right? What is it that you stand for? If I were to come to your page, would I know what you stand for? Would I want to follow you because I align with you? Or would I not know because you change your mind? We can change your mind, but what do you stand for? And what are you looking for in a business partner, right? So, second thing, if you haven't set a date for what you're working towards income wise or rank wise, I need you to set a date and write down what it would mean to you, how your daily life is going to be impacted when you hit that goal. And then what's the next goal that you're going to set? You're going to set those at the same time so you know what's beyond that. And then how is your daily life going to be impacted if you hit that goal? That's one of my favorite questions to ask people who are looking to come on as a business owner, a side hustle person, or somebody looking to do health and wellness is, hey, if you were able to achieve X, how would that impact your daily life? Really connecting them to the reason they really need to stick with it when the going gets tough, when they are going through challenging times. We've got to know what it is so that when they're struggling, you can say, hey, I see you, I feel you, and life is really hard. And I also know you wanted to achieve X. And I know together, you and I can do this. What do you say? Are we going to keep moving forward? What's stopping you from getting started? Or what's stopping you from staying consistent if you're lacking consistency? Because I'm here to share with you, consistency over time is what yields success. Daily consistency, showing up every day, blocking out at least 30 minutes to do those follow-ups, invites, reach outs in the sense of just making new friends, reach outs in the sense of I'm inviting you to come in and start Plexus. I'm inviting you for the business. Are you doing those every single day? And are you following up with your customers and or your leaders and checking in on them? Maybe it's longtime customers. Do you reach out to them and thank them for their ordering and for sticking with you and for helping you with your business? If not, that's another way to stay connected with who you already have. You brought people in the last 6 months. How are they doing? Are they getting the results that you said you would help them get? If not, how can you help them recommit and get started again? One idea when you're bringing in people, people are motivated with action. When they sign up for you with you, they are in action. How do we keep them in action while they wait for their products? If you don't have anything, I'm going to leave you with a few suggestions. You can ask them, hey, while you're waiting for your products, would you like to start tracking your water or tracking your steps or, and like, see if you can improve them, or tracking your sleep, going to bed at the same time, getting up at the same time. Which one of those three things do you want to start implementing while we wait for your products? Because those three things, each one of those things is going to be crucial to helping you achieve success. But we need to start small, one thing at a time. What would you like to do? That way they're in action. They're going to stay in action. Their products come. They're going to be excited to finally take them because they've been in action waiting for them to come. And then they're going to just go with it. And so that's just one simple way you can keep people in action and motivated while they wait for their products. Because I'm hearing from a lot of ambassadors, they're so excited and their product comes and then they don't ever start. And they turn off their sub after the first month because they waited 2 or 3 weeks. So if that's an issue you've been having, then yes, maybe it's asking them what it is they'd like to get started on with changing their health while they wait. Last thing I'm going to leave you with, because I have 1 minute, is if there is something you currently do not like to do with your business, but you know you have to do it, I'm going to have you do 2 things. Number 1, can you reframe your way of thinking about that to where you say, I'm currently struggling with wanting to do this. However, I know the outcome is going to be super sexy. So I'm going to do this thing and I'm going to challenge you to do it. That's the first thing you're going to do every single day you sit down for work. The thing that you have dreaded doing, you're going to do first. Because as soon as you get that done, man, everything else is just going to be awesome. Just going to be awesome. And I promise you, that thing that you really don't like doing right now, if you can learn to reframe and do it first, pretty soon you will look forward to doing it because you know the outcome it's going to bring. You know what's going to happen when you implement that. So I'm going to challenge you with that because that's really like that paper that you got assigned in high school or in college, and you had 6 weeks to do it and you waited until the 5th week. For 5 weeks, you struggled with like occupied space about how much you didn't want to do it, and you couldn't experience full joy for those 5 weeks because it was weighing on you. So I'm trying to get you to experience full joy of working your business when you're working it, getting that one thing that you currently don't love doing and getting it done first so that you can experience the most joy in your business after that, and it's not weighing and occupying space in your head. Does anybody have any questions for me? Looking through the things here to see.
I don't have a question, but I love that because I heard this quote and I put it in the chat earlier. Learning to love the things that give you the life that you love. And when I heard that, I was like, oh my gosh, all the little things that I don't want to do, like I have to remember, those are the things that got me where I am. And so I want to keep that perspective all the time.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. It's like I want to acknowledge that I'm struggling, but I also want to see all the great things that's happening around me because I know there is. So I love that, Angie. Thank you.
What was the end of the quote? You said, what problems am I trying to solve? And there's one other part to that.
What problems? Let me see. I said a lot of different things.
You said how you show up to help others, the intentionality of just having the focus on I'm trying to solve problems for people. And there's a second part to that, but I don't remember. I was trying to write and didn't quite. Anybody else get it down?
Read it to me again really quick.
You were saying, okay, what are you looking for in a business partner? And then you said how you show up to help others. How do you show
in turn help you reach your goals?
But being intentional about what problem am I trying to solve, and I mean, how
am I looking? What type of person am I looking for?
Oh, okay. I think sometimes we just by default work with the people that show interest versus being intentional to go find the people. And
Yes.
Julia Atherton, or Atherton, she talked on our last Tuesday call, and she was saying that leaders aren't going to necessarily be like, hey, I saw your post, it's me, like I want to work the business with you. She's like, they're like, you're going to have to discover them. I think that's the word she used. You're going to have to discover them because they're not necessarily going to be like, hey, I'm your product user, but I'm going to be your diamond. Right. Like, I thought that was such something to really think about because we're not always intentional at who we're looking for. So then when we're out and about, it's like we're just oblivious to the fact that like the person that we're connecting with or that we're connected with could be, connect with them. They might, you never know how that.
You just never know. Yeah, it's true. Like you have to be intentional about looking for who is it that you're looking for? Who is it that you want to lock arms with? Who is that person? Right? Remembering that this business is part of your life, and it's used to create your dreams and the life that you want to live, all while helping others discover and do the same.
Mm-hmm.
Like to me, that's just amazing. The momentum that you can create in yourself can create momentum for others to do the same. And just remember, you guys, the work that you're doing now, if you're getting discouraged because you're not seeing the fruits of your labor, in any kind of business, it doesn't always come right away. It is 60, 90 days, 120 days later. Oftentimes, ambassadors will tell me, I don't know what's happening this month. Like, I'm struggling. And I always say, what were you doing 3 months ago? And every time they say, oh, I took 2 weeks off that month. I didn't work. It really catches up to you down the line. So just remember the work you're doing now is going to pay off in the months and weeks to come, just like the work you're doing with whether it's weight management, weight loss, or your health and wellness. It doesn't always happen right away, but with consistency and time, that's when the benefits and results come. And people often give up right before things are about to explode. So don't give up on yourself.
I literally ran into Brandy. I was down with my sisters and our little tiny town with big things. We're like, it's famous for all the big things. And she was at the bar. My kids actually saw her. They're like, Mom, you're Plexus girl. And so I popped my head into the barber shop and I was like, hey. And she was like, oh my word. And so we were just talking. She's like, we've got to get back to doing events. And I said, well, here's the thing is like, what we say always what happens in 90 days, like what's going to happen in 90 days. But I'm like, it's also like what's been going on in the previous 90 days. Like the lack of events can kind of start this slowdown that we feel 90 days later. So we totally have the same like really fast side conversation about getting back to in-person events. And I feel like with the weather getting nicer and we've got to do that because even just from a customer standpoint, like when we're not in community with our people, and also she's like, I need it from me, like because we resell ourselves on why we're doing this when we host those, consistent in-person things. So,
and I would say 1,000% to that. I just came off of back-to-back events. I had is the same team, but 2 different days because they were 4 hours apart. And the in-person event was just sparked people who were customers converting. It sparked people who had kind of lost their way coming back and going fast start silver refresh since that event, like in a matter of a couple of days, because the being it together with people is really connection. And being able to do this with other people and lock arms is just provides so much more joy and passion. And so we are looking for people who are going to be having events for the next 100 days outside of convention, July, August, September for corporate support. So looking forward to traveling again and visiting all of y'all wherever you are having your events. And so it doesn't have to be big. You don't have to spend a ton of money. Maybe it's just meeting up at the coffee shop with your local friends that you have and saying, hey, I'm going to be at the coffee shop every Thursday at 9 a.m. If you want to join me, I'm going to be working. Love to see you there. Or I'm going to be on a Zoom call every day from 8 to 8:30 working. If you want to jump on and lock arms, we can work together. And just working side by side creates that connection and an ability to work alongside your friends that you brought in with you.
mm-hmm.
Thanks for bringing that up.
100%.
That's important.
So good. Well, thank you, Jennifer, for hopping on. I'm going to open it up for the girls to just kind of share. I want to do a little audit real quick. And yeah, thank you so much for hopping on. This is so
great. Thank you. And I'd love to stick around, but I got another call.
I know. Yes.
I can move it.
Thank you for squeezing us in and adjusting for us.
Okay. Ladies are awesome. I can't wait to see what you guys do, and I can't wait to give you all hugs at convention.
Yes.
Okay. And if you don't have your ticket, why don't you have your ticket? Get your ticket.
Yes.
Now's the time.
1,000%. And I have extras.
Oh, yes. Okay. Awesome. Thank you. Bye.
Okay. See you, Jennifer. Okay, yeah. So really quick, if any of you in your networking this past week have people that would use a convention ticket and come, please let me know personally. And those of you, Jules, that already got year 3, like let's make it this come hell or high water, we've got to get butts in seats, and we need to keep vision casting, like why people need to be there. Follow up with a little voice message if you haven't. Oh my word, I mentioned go live. It's been a little crazy. We're having Maycember over here too, but I'm planning to go live on the team page with Justin to just talk about why convention, why people need to be there. But I have people on my team that work the business and they haven't registered yet. So it's also a reminder, like check through your lists of people, just make sure that sometimes people think they have registered and they actually haven't. So anyways, if you want a freebie, let me know because we have some to give away. Also, I wanted to open it up to do wins and learns really fast so we can be blitzy fast. And I want to do an audit. Okay, so this was our goal from last week. 10 sorry, 10 posts between what was it, Friday and Monday. 2 posts a day plus a live. Curious who did it? Who did it? Who did it? And the goal is to do two posts a day on your wall till the end of the month. So curious how that's going. If you didn't quite hit that, it's okay. We have 5 more days left in this month and you can totally be consistent and still do your live. If you have not been live about the business, why this business, you need to do it. I promise you won't die. You can do it. It doesn't have to be perfect. Doesn't have but pray ahead of time that the right people see it. And that always brings about like new, fresh interest for me. And I think the more we talk about it and share our perspective on like why we do what we do, it's going to speak to the right people. Okay, who wants to go first? Share a win, share a learn. How many 3-ways that you created, how many messages that if you tracked it, we would love to hear. Just feel like that, just keeping that front and center. And those of you who are sitting there not quite talking yet, go back to, let's see, what was last Tuesday, the 20th, and count up your posts. Personal, business, product. Okay, let's just do it on it real quick. But I want to hear from someone. Someone can be talking while we're taking
Okay.
our.
I am muted. So on the call last week, I told you guys that I hadn't added any new level 1s, but my goal for the month was to specifically try to look for business builders and get people re-engaged that had already ordered from me within the past 6 months, but kind of were one and done. And so I ended up at a girl who had signed with me about 4 months ago. She hasn't ordered again. However, she sent me a referral and that girl signed up. So I'm chatting with her. She did sign. I'm chatting with her. Another girl who was on my team about a year ago who did the reset, hated it. But somehow she reached out to me this week and said, hey, I want to order another reset. So praise the Lord that reset is now 100 PV because that was number 2. And my third one is a girl that I signed up about 3 months ago. She returned her products, didn't even take them. She's been struggling and she's like, I don't know why I did that. Her husband lost his job. She felt like, I don't know, $150 was going to change their life, I guess. Now she's messaging me and we're talking, she wants to get the products again. So I'm like, okay, but it's going to take consistency. So even if I just get this girl who joined a few months ago to order, like I'm going to consider that my number 3 because I know that she wants the products. And if she will stay consistent, we can help her solve the problem that she's dealing with, which is menopause. And I'm right in the thick of that. So I'm trying to help her. So that's my wins.
All right, who's next? Just unmute and you can start talking.
I'll go.
Okay, perfect.
I will say I totally just felt at the whole like 2 posts a day, but we were traveling and just was spending time with family, like grandbabies and graduation and stuff like that. However, even though that was happening, I did continue to post at least once a day. And I talked to people in person, like at a store, a clothing store I was at. This woman was like, she was like, this menopause is like getting to me. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna try on these clothes. And then she ended up checking me out and we had this whole conversation, friended her on Facebook. She took a pink drink sample that I happened to have in my pocket. And so that was exciting. So I just always say, like, keep your eyes and ears open, even if it's like the dressing room attendant at the store. So that's my win, I suppose. And I have
That's a
5
huge
people on
win.
my team coming. I have 5 people coming to convention, which is super exciting. Working on more.
Yay! That is awesome. Keep working.
Yeah, I'm really
on
excited about that.
peeps. Keep working on your peeps because people can say yes last minute. And some people that we might write off, or even some new VIP customers. Like I'm sending out a little message like, hey, I have a free ticket. You want to come? So yeah.
I offered that up to someone too. So some people can come for like maybe a day. So I may end up with more. So that's exciting.
Chime in your audits too if you have a minute. Or if you have it
Oh,
already.
me personally,
Oh, did you put yours in the chat yet?
I put it in the chat, but I had 1 business post, 3 personal, and 2 product.
Okay, perfect. All right, so the goal is 2 posts a day between now and the end of the month. Oh my word, my boys are all totally covered in mud. Where were they? And cousins. Don't come in the house. They're running past my window. Okay, who else? Who else? Glitzy fast. You don't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be polished. Well, I did 20 posts. I did 20 posts. 10 personal, 3 business, and 7 product. I'm trying to promote that cortisol one, the cortisol challenge. And so I've been more, intentional to like really beef up my posts on that. But reminder to not forget that we're going to do that. Also, if you're not promoting the detox challenge, like what Lori has researched about post-COVID and spike proteins and like liver and gut health, like I am like double duty on promoting that for all of my customers because I feel like that's third-party tool that they can get plugged into and really help them learn, get intentional, maybe tweak what they're taking. Because I mean, and sometimes we have long-term customers that can really benefit from like another perspective or just, hey, let me switch up my regimen to help with. And because I think that COVID stirred up weird stuff for people. And all of us are aging also. So just keep that in mind as a little tool in your back pocket too. But we're going to do a 3-day reset that's in conjunction with that cortisol cleanse thing. So just keep that in mind, promoting it to your current team, customers. So loud and proud about that.
And I was just going to say, does everybody know that it's like half price on some of those combos right now? The reset is?
Yes. Yeah. Don't forget about that.
Yeah.
All right. Lisa, April, Melody, Victoria, Katie, Lori.
Do you know when the reset challenge will be, or is it just part of that cortisol? Do you know?
Well, the cortisol challenge doesn't start until the 9th, the second week of
Okay.
June. Go read the post, and actually there's a bunch of information and like promotional tools and resources in the comments of that post. So go refresh your memory about that and utilize that. There's a bunch in there.
That's the monthly one that Jessica Heffley runs, right?
Well, I mean, I have the same assistant that runs my team page. So she posted everything on my team page with all the information in it. And
Okay.
so it is the same group that, I mean, we're utilizing what she's creating for Jessica's. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
I will share. I can't do an audit because I'm driving. I tried to be better. I know I didn't always get 2 a day, but I tried to at least get 1 a day. I don't know that I got 1 yesterday. But my win is that I'm going to have a Fast Start Gold by the end of the month who triple ranked because she just joined this month.
Yes,
And she is coming to convention. So I'm super excited.
I cannot wait to meet her.
Yeah,
She's
she's great.
local, like are you in Robinson? Remind me of your Dietrich.
No, so she actually lives in KZ, but she's from like kind of all over, but her parents live in like southern Indiana. So, and today we got to go on a little shopping spree for work, and she was like buying clothes for convention. It's so cute.
Fun.
So-
Reset really quick. Optional June 9th through 11th or the 23rd through 25th. So there's 2 options for peeps. And I tagged you.
Thank you.
Keep going. Were you going to keep going? Sorry, I totally interrupted you.
No, I think that was it. Just that I'm super excited that, and she's already earned the $800. So her check is going to be real pretty. So yeah.
When the business gets really fun, when you're helping people hit, especially those fast start bonuses,
Yeah.
because they can cash in big time on those.
Yeah, personally, she's my only new VIP, so I'm kind of like trying not to be in my head about that because my team as a whole like has grown a lot, but yeah, so that's my win.
Yay! Well, and keep stoking the fires with your other girls too. Sometimes when you have someone that's like taking off and you're spending a lot of time with them, it's easy to, well, naturally, be focused there, but also try to stoke the fires with your current peeps. And then also keep prospecting, like keep networking, keep working on your own, recruiting your own this month. It's not the end of the month, but yeah, I think Memorial Day threw us, I don't know, I felt thrown off because I feel like Memorial Day is always like the very last day of May. And we have like a whole nother week. So 5 days is like a million years, not a million years, but plenty of time to still make some things happen, regardless of what Maycember has looked like. Okay, Lisa, do you want to go next? I see your face.
Sure. Yes. So things have been slow for me, but it's all good. Like I'm doing a lot of things on the back end of it with a lot of customer care and a lot of really working these people up to being able to share for the first time. We're working that +1, it's like it's happening, and I'm throwing out a whole new thing this afternoon. So because they're ready, we have so many people having such amazing results, and it's like, you need to share. We need to post that. So those are happening. I have 2 new VIPs this past week. I was in the thick of graduation and all the things and the parties and traveling, but kept posting when I really felt like nobody was going to see it or do anything. And actually, I've had some personal reach outs, doing a lot of voice messages like since last week. Instead of typing them out, I'm just voice messaging, and I'm getting really good results with that. So that makes me happy. It's those things I just have to sit down, do it, and move on. And it allows me the freedom to not be hung up on what I don't really want to do, because it's not my favorite thing to do. And so I'm almost like just daring people to say no to me. In my head, that's what I'm doing. Or like, I think you said, like somebody said last week, were they going to reach out? Are they actually going to like respond? And so it's kind of a game in my head now. Like, I'm just like, okay, I've listed 10 people. I'm just doing it, and actually kind of having fun with it and seeing results from it. So it's good.
I feel like I keep hearing the theme of like joy, enjoy, keep the joy, have fun. And I think we need, like in busy seasons, sometimes I feel like when we have a lot to do, there's a lot on our plate, and like our time is getting squeezed into like nooks and crannies. Just not that we are going to always work that way, but like in certain seasons, that's what has to work. But like to not get stressed or feel like, to continue to feel the now I get to do this, and like almost make it a game. Like this is just fun. If they say no, who cares? If they say yes, fantastic. But keeping it fun and light and keeping the energy there, because I feel like people are attracted to our energy and the passion. That's like kind of what Jennifer was talking about too, is like keeping that just keeping a little spark and not letting that diminish because we're not meeting our own expectations on how we feel like our business should look right now or this month, because it's been extra crazy with other things going on. So I love that you said you're working the +1. That's the thing. It's like, it's not a one and done. So everyone hear this. It takes networking to get your people to share. And it's going to be a small percentage of them still, of the customer base, right? And so a lot of our customers are maybe not going to be big time our business builders, but we can continue to kind of stoke that fire, continue the conversation, swing back around to it. And I think sometimes the error is that you ask once, they say no, and you never ask again. And that's just not how this works. It's just the continued follow up with like, hey, have you thought of anybody that struggles with, and you list off a couple of things. Does anyone come to mind? Boom, done, send, move on to the next person. You can copy paste, you can voice message it, ask in different ways, shapes, forms, throw an incentive out for doing it. You can be like, do the, hey, I have an idea. Just, that's all you say, send it. And then they say, okay, what is that idea? And you just say, if you would, well, how about if you make this post? Here's what you can say, tag me. Let's just see what happens. So, like, keep it super fun. Like, hey, let's just see what happens. I mean, but it might, I don't know, it could be fun, right? I don't know, it might be fun. Like using those little taglines to help keep it light, fun. And then if they disregard it, whatever, don't make it mean anything. Just, it's that rinse, wash, repeat. And Lisa's really good at that. And I want us to all get better and be inspired by how she gets duplication, because she's not afraid to keep asking, but not in an annoying way. I mean, she's conversational with them, but then she'll pop back in and be like, hey, what are your thoughts about that? Hey, you're having great results. Like, why not? And I was at the chiropractor's office last week, and he said, okay, so we're 5 years, 4.5, whatever years post COVID. He goes, I think in the next 5 years, there's gonna be way more stuff come out, people having way more health problems from the virus itself and the vaccine. And he goes, I think there's going to be such a lack of people able to help all the people that are willing to do alternative things. And so I was like, ding, 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 Plexus, like, we have got to engage because we have something that helps. And what Lori's research, Lori Harrison, is that those spike proteins and all the things that she's doing in that detox group are helping people that have symptoms. Like sometimes it's uncovered or it's like triggered autoimmune stuff that was maybe just like lingering there under the surface. But then, you know, the vaccine shedding, even if they didn't get the vaccine, it's still impacting them, or they have toxicity in their body from that. And so I just think we're well positioned just to vision cast for all of us. I know we're looking to continue to grow our customer base, continue to grow our shares, but like if we can keep helping people and keep casting the vision, like there's gonna be more people in the next 5 years that have these weird health issues, and they're not going to get answers from modern medicine. Most likely they're not. It's going to be through other alternative protocols. The other thing I think we can remember is you can catch up quick. If things have been crazy this month, we have 5 full days, like you can carve out some times in the next 5 days to really catch up on things. And that's the beauty of this business. Not that I always recommend doing it that way, but it can be done. Okay. So you can cover a lot of lost ground. My boys are coming in super muddy. I cannot believe this. They're like walking past my window completely. In their mind, I'm sure they're clean or cleaner. Victoria, you want to go?
I just finished my audit and I think I'm an over poster. I have posted 28 times in the last week and 15 were personal. I think I did a lot of Memorial Day like activity posts, 3 business and 9 product. I was just going to share too that one of my friends at work, she just found out that she has blood clots in her leg, and her naturopath was telling her that a bunch of people are coming in, and he is like, I know it's from COVID vaccines, and it's so scary because all these things are happening with young. She's, I think, 35, 36-ish.
Our local, like our friends that we go to church with, he's the funeral, what is that called? The funeral guy. It's a funeral home. And he said, he goes, I can tell when I do when I embalm, I can tell who's had the vaccine because they're full of blood clots. Like their blood is like really nasty, thick with clots. That's just awful and scary. Curious about your posts. How much engagement do you get on them?
The Plexus ones have been very minimal. I was just telling my husband that last night. Like I said, look at this, nothing, crickets. I don't know what is going on.
Okay, so I think you need permission to not post as much. Just go back to the 2 posts today, or maybe 3. Are you doing any call to comments?
Yeah, and all of those are getting a lot of comments. All of my non-Plexus ones in my reels get a ton of views, comments, likes,
Well, that's good. Okay.
but not the Plexus ones.
That's a good sign. So keep doing what you're doing with that. Do you prime your posts, like go comment on 5?
Yeah, I do. And actually today, I did that with some girl that I don't really ever talk to.
Mm-hmm.
She ended up messaging me almost instantly after about one of my stories, and I had never really talked to her about Plexus before, and I think she's going to order tonight. So
Okay, yay. Well, I wouldn't let it discourage you too much because I mean, a lot of my Plexus posts don't get tons of traction, but I think it's the act of continuing to do them. And just look at I mean, view it as like, what could I learn from this? How could I pivot? Is there anything that I need to do differently? Maybe you don't need to do anything differently. Sometimes like the high volume speaks to different people at different times. The other thing is you may take some of that time where you're posting some of those, so a lot of those posts and create more messages. I don't know if allotting your time, like the piece of the pie of like the time that's going to posting, make that a little tiny bit smaller and like increase the time that you're spending on your actual conversation creating. That may bring some more fruit. Just it's a balance. I feel like it's this balance of posting and conversations. It can't be one without the other, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Melody, I see you. Do you want to go?
Yeah, I'll just share really quick a win that I have. There's two ladies in particular that are dream teamers, and they are talking to me again. That we've kind of been, on and off, talking back and forth about the business, and they've said no, I'm too busy and things like that. And one second, honey. And now they're talking to me today again, and you take that another. And I even was able to ask one of them because she was kind of expressing a little bit of doubt in herself. In her ability to do this. And I just was able to ask her like, hey, what would it feel like if you did this? And it was real specific, talking about, but anyway, it was just really freeing to me that like, you know what, I can just put the vision out there. I don't have to, I don't know, like explain everything. I can just put kind of the broad vision out of what it could be for her and see what like resonates with her. Like, is she gonna respond to that emotionally? Because when we connect emotionally with people, they're much more likely to listen. Anyway, so super fun win for me today.
Hey, hooray. How was your posting? All of us are working on increasing.
What? I forgot to go count, but I don't think I made 2 a day.
Okay. Well, go audit it. I feel like it is a great hold the mirror, like, and not just once a quarter when we like think about checking it, but like on these calls, like I actually look forward to like, because I've been stinking at social media. But one thing that really helps me, I keep telling this, but like go back in your memories, because that can be a personal post, that could be a Plexus business or a product that you don't have to create again if you've been doing this for a year or more, Let's pull posts from last year. Okay, Katie and Lori, do you guys want to unmute and share?
Yeah, this is Katie. I will. First of all, I was excited to be able to get on this live call since I usually just have to listen to the recordings because work. But I started my 2 posts a day kind of delayed because I didn't start it until I listened to the live a little later in the week. I did 12, but this weekend I've been doing good at doing like one of both. I did slack at doing business post. But I was funny to me because during the call, this was kind of like full circle. So I was doing a lot of business posts. I kind of went towards just the business post and I was getting no questions about it. And so I actually stopped really posting about them like intentionally a couple weeks ago. And 3 people have reached out to me in the past week and a half about like the business, like the products and the business opportunity. So I was glad that was like a win for me because I was kind of just at a lull with that. I have my mom and my Aunt Robin coming to convention with me. And so I'm excited about that. Still praying for some other dream teamers to join my team. I know I sent you like personal messages on just stuff I know I have to work on. So I'm gonna be getting like diving in deep to that. But yeah, I enjoyed the call and I definitely need to get better at the simple, like I need to find a simple +1 system because I suck at that, if I'm being honest. Like I will say, do you know anybody that can, or anybody that will be your accountability partner and stuff like that? I'm doing better at asking the question, but I've not been successful yet. So that's definitely something. I texted Maylee as soon as the girl said that because I was feeding Boone and I was like, texting you my notes. I need a simple +1 system. Like I need help with it. So
What do you mean? What do you mean by a +1 system?
when she was talking about duplication and +1, she was asking like what systems we use to like basically when she was saying people will do what you do, you
Mhm.
know. So I don't know. I feel so dumb even asking this, but is it just like strictly asking people? But
Mhm.
I've just never had success. They'll be like, I'll think about it, or, you know, and that's all I get.
That's normal, but you need to keep asking your VIP customers the question, but in different ways. So it's the plus one system starts with conversation. Oh, there you are.
Yeah.
It starts with
Sorry.
conversation. And also, have you listened to my PLLP video?
It's been a long time. The last time
Okay.
I listened to or like heard your PLLP was at the Pigeon Forge retreat.
Okay.
So I need to go listen to it again, honestly.
Go listen to it again. It's pinned to the top of Momentum Makers group. And
Okay.
that freed me up so much because I'm like, I'm just trying to get people to PLLP, post list live party, those four
Yeah.
things. And so, and it is a process to get them to even sometimes take the first step to make the post, but it's like, go back through your VIP list. If it's been like a week or a month or more since you've
Mhm.
asked them, you can totally ask them again, like, hey, I'm doing a little water bottle giveaway drawing for anyone that'll make a post today. Would you be game if I sent you what to say? I mean, it's just simple, like something
Yeah.
simple like that. And then you're going to get a bunch of no replies. You're going to get some that say, no, not right now, or they have an objection of some sort. And then you're going to be like, have some that are like, sure, send me it.
Yeah.
It's just a filtering process, but it's a continued process. And that's what I'm praising Lisa for because she is getting so much duplication on her team, but it's coming from the conversations. Like I love asking for a product experience, like what has your product experience been? And then from there, launching into, well, hey, you could totally post this. And sometimes I'll just like literally write it or tweak it a little bit for them and pop it back to them and be like, hey, you could literally just post this. And I
Mhm.
share this statistic that 7 out of 10 people struggle with gut health issues and they don't know what to do about it. And I'm like, 7 out of 10 people that you see that are in your circle
I need to do
struggle.
that. I need to write it
So it's
down
just,
somewhere.
it is this like continued conversation, vision casting, and being willing to have the conversations, even though you know that, 70% of the people that you message about it are not going to say yes yet. But I will say,
Yeah.
I have multiple rubies through emeralds that were on my team for at least 18 months before they made any sort of post, made any sort of ad one. And I think in timing, it's in their back pocket when they need it. And in life seasons change for people. And also I think
Mhm.
I haven't been afraid to swing back and just be like, Chelsea, you're already in the medical community. Like, why are you not sharing? I mean, depending on who it is and the conversations you can have with them. But it's just kind of stoking the fire. And that, that's the bucket of people that are on our teams for products, but they can totally turn into great sharing ambassadors because I was one of those people. I started for product
Yeah.
business. While also we're working with those people while we're also prospecting, like Jennifer was saying, we need to know who we're looking for. Like we're not necessarily looking for the next 10 sick people. I mean, we'll help those people, but like we
Yeah.
can find some people that see the vision for, and they have some life system set up in their life where they're healthy enough to help other people,
Mhm.
And so keeping the vision on like who would be great at this business and pull those people in for the business. So you can literally right out of the gates from before they even get their products, do PLLP with them and get them silver before their products even come. So it's like both both buckets that we're working with.
Yeah. That's true. And that is what I'll do. I did send some voice messages. Sorry. I don't know why my 5-year-old, he's gotten to where he like hates when I do videos. I did send out a lot of voice messages last week and was more confident in asking people to make a post. So I don't know. That was a win. But I will I'm gonna do that about those 7 out of 10 people and just keep working at it.
Send a little voice message to one of them and share the statistic and just be like, hey, has anyone popped to mind that deals with? And you could be like eczema, they want better digestive health, better mood, better, and just like spitball a couple things out there and just be like, curious if anyone's come to mind. And then you could forward that. So you're saving yourself time because you're not making it personal for every single person. And
Okay. I didn't know you could do that. That's cool.
50 people.
Okay.
The people that are customers.
Okay.
So, okay, girls, I know that we're over time. I got to run, but we can continue conversing in our chat thread. And remember to focus on those 2 posts a day. Don't forget to go live between now and the end of the month. Keep promoting convention and there's a little list that I popped on the Momentum Makers group and in the chats, like some things to work on end of month too, if you're like, I don't know what to do. So there's a little listy. All right. Happy last week of May, and I cannot wait for a convention. It's gonna be good. See you guys.